Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 20. As today, season number 2 will be wrapping up, or at least for regular season. For season number 2, we got one final series against the St. Louis Cardinals, and boy, it's an important one. Our Pirates are currently 87-72, currently one game back of first place in the division. The Milwaukee Brewers are barely on top of us. In this division race, it's been close since the start of the year. It's been an absolute dogfight, and it will continue to be a dogfight up until the very end. And then the wild card race is even closer. Currently a three-way tie between the Giants, us, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Two of the following three teams, or I guess Brewers, will be wild cards. So essentially, there's a very good chance to make the playoffs for the sole reason that the Giants and Diamondbacks happen to play each other this final series. So they're going to kill each other off. As long as we don't get swept, the worst case scenario for us is a game 163. If we win at least 2 games, then I think that means we're guaranteed a wild card. And then for the division, we have to do one game better than Milwaukee. And then if it's only one game better, we'd have a game 163. If we have 2 or more games better than Milwaukee, then we will win the division. So chances are we won't win the division. There's a chance we do, but it's kind of unlikely. But there's a very good chance we make the playoffs. Once again, as long as we don't get swept, we will have at worst a game 163. So I'd say there's probably about an 80% chance that we do end up making the playoffs. But we can't take this final series for granted. Still our most important series yet. Taking a quick look at the numbers. Everybody's doing well. Obviously, Josh Bell's doing phenomenal. I think he is the Triple Crown pretty much locked. Obviously, he's been leading the home run and RBI race all year. And then he has totally surpassed Mark Canha when it comes to batting average. Canha's only at like 330 or something by now. 324. He has fallen. So Josh Bell is the Triple Crown locked. And I didn't want to play all 3 games of this series. So what we're going to do is for the first 2 games, we're going to player lock Josh Bell for the following reasons. 1, to juice up his numbers a little bit. And then 2, I usually play really well with Bell in game, so they should not only juice up his numbers, but also help the team win. Then we will play the full Game 3, Game 162 of the regular season, so that's the plan. The pitching is looking good as well. Unfortunately, Jameson Taillon is no longer the favorite for Cy Young. He's been the favorite since pretty much the season started. Now he's only like 2nd or 3rd. I think Walker Buehler of the Dodgers is currently in 1st. So that's an oof, but oh well. So now it's time to player lock. Obviously, as I said, we're going to be rocking and rolling with Josh Bell and those ridiculous statistics. He was 2nd in MVP last year. This year, it is an absolute runaway. He should have no problem. So game 1 of the final regular season series of the year, and easily the most important for the Pirates. As if they sweep the Cardinals, they're guaranteed in as a wild card, and there's a good chance they win the division. They only have to win one game to get a game 163, and if they get swept, then things are going to be ugly. For his first game, Jack Flaherty on the mound for St. Louis. So here comes up Josh Bell, first at bat of the series, 2 away for Big Josh. Count is 2-2. Pitch from Flaherty, and it's a strikeout on the slider. Not what you wanted to see to start the game, but oh well. So now on to the 3rd. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Cardinals up by 3. And Josh Bell gets plunked. So that'll drive in a run. Now it's 3-1. Next up, Dylan Carlson. He draws a walk. Run scores, making it 2-3. Now Bo Bichette is up. Base is still loaded, remember, as Bichette. He gets a single in a center. 1 run will come home. Bell goes home because he's a freaking idiot. And he is gunned down at the plate. Harrison Bader is a part-time ball player. Full-time sniper, but the Pirates do tie the game up at 3. So on to the 4th. Bases still loaded, by the way. Pirates up by 1, and Josh Bell grounds out to short to end the inning. Flaherty gets out of a jam. Now on to the 7th. Game tied at 4. Flaherty's still in the game, by the way. Nobody on, nobody out, and Josh Bell will get that one into the right center gap for a double, his first base hit of the game. And just like that, runner on scoring position, no outs. 1 out now for Big Bo, as that one would be grounded to short. Bell is being a freaking idiot again. He gets tagged out. This road to the show base running I'm just not used to right now. It's now 2 outs in the 9th. 1-run game. Bell is the final hope. First pitch of the at-bat is a grounder to short. And that's how this game ends. And the St. Louis Cardinals get the win by a final score of 5-4. Our main man, Josh Bell, goes 1 for 4 with a double and the RBI off of the hit by pitch. Looking at the numbers, only 6 hits as a team, 3 of which were by Mark Canha. Extra base hits for Bell and Canha. The pitching was meh. Not awful, but not great. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they're led from a big game by Trey Mancini. Prayers up to him in real life. He's going through a lot right now. Mancini hit a home run along with Diego Grulon. And to make things worse, the Milwaukee Brewers won. So we are now 2 games behind them. We have to win out, and they have to lose out for us to tie for the division. Meanwhile, in the wild card race, the Diamondbacks won Game 1 of that series against the Giants. So now Arizona is a full game ahead of both us and San Francisco. So a big Game 2 of the series here against St. Louis. If the Pirates lose, their hopes for the division are out the door. And if they win, then that would be pretty good news. Josh Bell coming off a 1 for 4 game, trying to play better in this one. As Carlos Martinez on the hill for St. Louis, 8-10, 3.84 ERA for him. Not awful, but not really good either. So runner on second here, 1 out for Bell. That one will go into center. Harrison Bader makes a really nice play on the ball. Luckily, the runner, I think Brian Reynolds, will tag up. Now into the third inning. 2 on, 1 out, tied at 1. And that one is in a right field for extra bases. Run will come home to score. And that'll be an RBI double for Josh Bell. And the Pirates will take a 2-1 lead. Next batter, Dylan Carlson. He's going to rip that one into center for a base hit. 2 runs will come home to score. And now this game is 4-1. Excellent start here for the Pirates, just what the doctor ordered. Now on to the 5th. All of a sudden, the Cardinals are up 4-5. 2 on, no outs. And that one would be a fielder's choice. Runner out at second. Bell safe at first. So now the runners are on the corners for Dylan Carlson. He had a nice hit in his last at-bat. This time he's going to fly out to center. Run will head home to the plate. And just like that, this game is tied at 5 as Kevin Newman does slide safely. Now to the top of the 8th. Score still tied at 5. Weak hit. That ball went like nowhere. Trevor Cahill on the mound, and Bell was nearly safe. Excellent hustle from him. And unfortunately, the next scene shows the Cardinals walking off the field happy. You know what that means. A Pirate loss. This game was 10 innings. A walk-off home run for Diego Grulon. He hit 2 home runs in this game after hitting a home run in the last game as well. So this means that the Pirates' pursuit of the NL Central has come to an end. The Milwaukee Brewers, who did lose today against the Chicago Cubs, still clinch the division. So now our only hope is for the wild card. If we lose this game, we're in big trouble. If we win, we're in. But if we lose, we're in trouble. So as you can see, obviously Milwaukee won. The Giants won Game 2 of this series. So now both teams are a game ahead of us. So if we lose, we're done. No Game 163. Season over. Sayonara. If we win, we're going to have a Game 163 against the loser of this Giants-Diamondbacks game. So the stakes are gigantic here. Must-win game for the Pirates. The season is on the line. One of the most important games in recent memory for this franchise. They want to get back to the postseason. They have to win this game to take on either San Francisco or Arizona in a Game 163. Here's a look at both lineups for this game, 1-9. The Cardinals, meanwhile, are playing for draft position. They are 74-87, the opposite of the Pirates, 87-74. Miles Michaelis on the mound, 11-9, 3.86 ERA, having a pretty nice year for St. Louis. As the leadoff bat, Kevin Newman gets that one to drop and right. Bad defense from Trey Mancini. Just like that, there is a runner on. Now let's go to the next batter, Brian Reynolds. He's known for his contact, hitting .319 so far as he rips a single into left. And just like that, you know who's coming up, the big fella, Josh Bell. That one will go pretty high and deep. And a left does not quite have the distance. Newman headed to third. The throw is in time. Kevin Newman gunned down at third. As we go to the bottom of the first, Joe Musgrove on the hill, 12-12, 3.66 ERA. Not a bad day for him, as here is Tommy Edman. Pretty early on into this game, that one goes to the warning track, and it will drop for extra bases. Edman, speedy on the base passes, will find his way to third for a triple. And now the Cardinals have a runner 90 feet away from home, but it doesn't matter. There's the cleanup hitter, Mancini, going to ground out to second, ending the inning. Let's go to the third now. Score's still tied at 0. Martinez striking out on the slider. Miles Michaelis pitching very well. Kevin Newman now. That one will be lined into left for a base hit. Newman's second single of the night. Just like that, the Pirates have a runner on for Brian Reynolds. Let's see what he can do. 1-2 pitch, and he is going fishing. Didn't catch anything with that bait. On to the bottom of the third. Harrison Bader, my long-locked brethren, leading off the inning. He's shopping gap. Bader also fast on the base passes. The Cardinals have a lot of speedy base runners, as that'll be a no-out double for Harrison Bader. And it looks like he will come home to score as Tommy Edman will drive him in with a single. Cardinals now up 1-0. Big hit right there for Edman. And then the next batter, Paul Goldschmidt, hits a single into center. So now 2 on, and the Cardinals would do nothing. As we advance to the fourth, Josh Bell gets that one into straightaway center. Roped it like a missile. That's his 54th home run of the season, 440 feet. Absolutely crushed it. This game is tied at 1. Now here's Dylan Carlson, the next batter, going to rip a single out into right. So just like that, the Pirates have a runner on. 2 outs now for Francisco Mejia, and he would strike out. So that's where things get interesting. If you couldn't tell, this one's raining, and we've got ourselves an hour-long rain delay. Not particularly ideal, so the Pirates are actually going to make a pitching change. Joe Musgrove's day is done. He was pitching pretty well, but they're going to go to the bullpen. And with the weather, the Pirates have had Brandon Waddle warming up since the first inning, but since the 9-hole hitter is going to bat next inning, they decided not to put Waddle in right now, and Richard Rodriguez is in. His first batter hits a single. A couple batters later, Harrison Bader gets a single, so now 2 on, 2 outs for Miles Michaelis. Interesting call keeping the pitcher in as he does strike out. On to the fifth. Martinez going to lead things off, and that one should drop for a single, and it does. And the Pirates got themselves a base runner. That'll bring up Tim Beckham, the pinch hitter, and Beckham, shopping gap. Big hit for Timmy, as that one will drop. Kana scores from first, and the Pittsburgh Pirates will take a 2-1 lead. Tim Beckham coming off the bench, delivering with a massive double. That's just what the doctor ordered. On to the bottom of the fifth, Brandon Waddle now going to enter the game. Obviously, he didn't really loosen up during the rain delay, but he was loosening up the whole game beforehand. So he is more than ready to get this show on the road, and his first inning would be a success. There he is striking out Paul Goldschmidt, and we go to the top of the sixth. Pitch and change for St. Louis. Jesse Hahn into the game as second batter of the inning, Dylan Carlson. He is going to go down on the outside fastball, getting the corners painted on that one. And then Bo Bichette, better double check that swing. As we go to the bottom of the sixth, there is a single for St. Louis with 2 outs. So now there's 2 runners on for Harrison Bader, lines that one right to Bo Bichette. Inning over, and the Pirates are 3 innings away from getting to that game 163. But this game is far from over. On to the seventh, Mejia strikes out. Next batter, Martinez. 1-1 pitch. He swings and misses. I don't know why that was in the video. Now it's a 1-2 pitch for Kana, and he goes down on the slider. Good inning for Jesse Hahn as we go to the bottom of the frame. Waddle still in. His second batter of the inning, Colton Wong, gets that one nearly over the fence. It does drop in front of a wall, and Colton Wong, the Hawaii native, will get a triple, and now the Cardinals have a runner 90 feet away from home. That'll bring up Tommy Edman. He has a pair of base hits today. He's going to get another one. Single into left, and the St. Louis Cardinals will tie the game up at 2. Next batter, Paul Goldschmidt, more blind than Helen Keller. I don't know what he was swinging at, but hey, it works as it's a base hit. Edman is safe at third. Now there's runners on the corners, 1 out for Trey Mancini. He's just a window shopper because he's just looking. And then Paul Goldschmidt hits that one deep into center, but Brian Reynolds is under it to make the catch. And this game is tied at 2 as we advance now to the 8th. This is a big inning for the Pirates. They got to get cruising now. Genesis Cabrera is now in for the Cardinals. He's 7-2. He's also a lefty. So these switch hitters, Brian Reynolds, Josh Bell, and Dylan Carlson, the next 3 batters are all going to have to hit righty, as Brian Reynolds does fly out to end the inning. So I guess Bell and Carlson might not even see Genesis Cabrera. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, Aroydis Vizcaino has entered the game. Tyler O'Neill would strike out on the sinker. And as you could see, Vizcaino had no problem with these Cardinal batters. Diego Gourlan strikes out, and then he would shut the door on the inning, getting the hat trick as Harrison Bader goes down swinging. And this game is tied up as we advance to the 9th. Ryan Helsley now in for the St. Louis Cardinals, his 99th appearance of the season. His first batter is the big boy, Josh Bell, 2-2 pitch, and the umpires are going to say he went around. Strikeout for Bell, 2 outs now for Bo Bichette. Swinging a miss, don't know why that was in the video. Now it's a 2-2 pitch, strikeout. Top of the inning over, bottom of the 9th. Cardinals can win on a walk-off and end the Pirates' season. As Tommy Edman grounds out to Bo Bichette, and we will advance now to the 10th. O'Neill Cruz going to lead it off. Cruz, that one's going to be close, and it barely drops fair. And it will bounce into the stands for a ground rule double. So that'll put a runner on for Francisco Mejia. And as Matt Vasgersian would say, Santa Maria. As Mejia goes deep just when his team needs him to. His 25th home run of the season. And the Pirates will take a 2-run lead. Pitching change for St. Louis. Cody Whitley now into the game. As 1-1 pitch for Kevin Newman. That one will go into right, and Trey Mancini will get under it to make the catch, but a massive 2-run shot from Mejia. Emmanuel Clase now in for the save. Usually Ken Giles would obviously be in as the closer, but Clase was more warmed up. That's why he's in as he strikes out Trey Mancini. We'll finish the game off with a strikeout of Paul DeJong, and this season is not quite over. The Pittsburgh Pirates get the win by a score of 4-2 and extra innings. Francisco Mejia with the clutch home run. Obviously a pretty crazy game with the rain delay. So the Pirates, 162 games in, are 88-74, but this regular season is not quite done, as we need a game 163 to determine who will be the second wild card, as Milwaukee does finish 2 games ahead of the Pirates. And speaking of the Pirates, they'll be playing the San Francisco Giants in Game 163. It looks like the Arizona Diamondbacks did finish out that series on top, so they will be hosting the NL wildcard game against either the Giants or the Pirates. Game 163 next episode. Unfortunately, it's in San Francisco, which is kind of an oof, but oh well. Mike Minor versus Connor Menez. Who is Connor Menez? I don't know who that is. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Peace out.